recording.
Okay. So before we jump back in, let's for Jay's reference and for sort of everybody else's reference, I'm going to give a quick rundown of some of the new stuff that we got going on. That was the one thing I didn't do. It's fine. Let's see here. So first off, Jay and everybody, here is your boat. It's got stats for your boat and all that stuff. Right now, because you guys have been traveling without supplies, you've taken your hull has taken a little bit of damage, and your helm has taken a decent chunk of damage. It's at 15 of 25. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you this. Boop. The cargo hold. So Jay, this is a thing that we're going to be trying out. It's a very simplistic sort of resource management thing. Every day you guys have to consume rations in order to eat, and you, in theory, should spend supply, which is what you use to like maintain and repair your boat.
Yeah.
Right now, you guys have no supply, so your boat is slowly taking on damage. But you guys are still doing pretty well with your rations. Right now, you have no ammo and you have no arcane, and we will cover what ammo and arcane are for at a later time when you guys actually have uses for those things. But generally speaking, you guys are going to be burning through resources the more you're out on the open sea. So you'll have to manage that and sort of manage your time out away from port. Let's see here. Probably the biggest thing is journey activities. Boop. So when you guys are traveling between islands and whatnot, you will have opportunities to take particular actions and see. This is designed to like make travel a little bit more exciting. You can pick actions, attempt a skill check associated with that action, and depending on how well you do, you may get some sort of small bonus, or maybe something a little bit more significant, depending on how you do. The actions range from everything from chronicling your journey to cooking food, harvesting components and hunting animals, things like that. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else super important.
Did he gain a level from last time?
Yeah, Jay should be fully leveled up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Jay, is your character level 4 right now?
Hold on.
Please, for the love of God, tell me you heard everything I said.
I did.
Okay, good. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I blanked out somewhere between a snorting cat.
Yeah, what was that? What was that middle part?
When you say that you can do things as like actions on the boat, I mean, can like training be something like that where you can actually build like build points?
I don't have it here, or I don't have it. I don't have that here as an action. However, I don't see any reason why I couldn't come up with something. It probably wouldn't be like significant enough where you like start improving your stats in some meaningful way. That's just going to come through leveling and whatnot. There's no way around that, unfortunately. However,
what if we find bobbleheads?
What'd you say, Charlie?
What if we find bobbleheads?
If you find bobbleheads, we may talk about improving your stats.
Okay.
Yes.
That being said, I could certainly come up with like a training action, and there would be some sort of benefit to it. I'll do that before next time. Let me take a look here. Okay, I was right. So yeah, Jay's all leveled up. And okay, so I think that's everything I want to cover right now. So I'm gonna pull you guys over to this map. Yeah. Kick on the new theme I've got going for you. And yeah, who would like to do a recap?
I can. Well, we started things off by sailing out of away from the island. We landed. We spent 2 nights on ship, making our way to Starfall. Both those nights we slept on the ship offshore, from the 2 moon jellies that were in between the island that had been on. The first night, if I remember right, was largely uneventful. The second night, we saw, I think, we saw a bunch of moon jellies, and then saw some fish eating said moon jellies, and then saw a bigger thing eating some of those fish. So it was kind of a beautiful evening, but largely uneventful, thankfully. We made our way to Starfall. We've made landing. There's currently initially everywhere we were going was totally abandoned. We're on Starfall in the hopes of finding a rare metal that comes from fallen stars that is supposed to be a good conduit for magic, I believe. In our searching, we went further and further to the center of the island, hoping the further we got away from the coast, the more likely we were to find something still there. In an abandoned town, kind of in the middle of a valley, we came across a very cryptic and creepy Earth Genasi woman, who spoke blasphemous things about beginnings and endings and things existing before other things. I believe she was blind, but could sense and feel through her connection to the earth. And we kind of left things with leaving her in that town as nightfall started to approach.
Mm-hmm. And to clarify, it's not exactly nightfall. It's just that it gets dark on this island a little bit earlier than normal because of the way the tree cover is.
Right.
So it's still probably 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, buzzy. That's real weird.
But it'll probably be dark within the next 2 hours or so. Couple of things to cover. On one of the nights, you actually saw some orcs on a beach. They were having a big luau. You didn't
true. That was our
interfere with that in any way. Right. And along the way, you also befriended a pelican.
Yes, I can't remember what I named the pelican.
You named him Percy.
It was Percy.
Right.
Percy Kittens.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was Percy Kittens. That's it.
Percy Kittens the pelican.
Yeah, and Percy Kittens stayed with us until we got to the abandoned village with the creepy Earth Genasi woman. And at that point, Percy flew away.
Okay, this music's crack up.
Oh, okay. I'm glad. I assume that means good.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
This is the music from their luau.
It's very peaceful for orcs. There's not enough drums.
And yeah, I've made a few adjustments to the map here. In that I've included where basically what lies in every major direction.
Oh, cool.
So to the south, you have the Frostmere. You have the Sea of Kings to the east. The Vermilion League lies to the west. And the Sunlit Sea, where Nesklos is, lies to the north.
Right.
And that's your next giant. That's your next main goal. big sort of campaign goal. Secondly, that Earth Genasi druid lady. Her name was Scarpia, and she has a handout now. Oop.
Oh, right.
So, and one of the things that Scarpia mentioned, among many things, was the fact that, like, she gave some sort of vague hints, or one could say low-key threats that something's not quite right here. And you can, you guys have sort of been able to ascertain that, yeah, there's something a little odd about Starfall in that there are no animals on it. You've not seen hardly anything. You did, I think Caliban noticed a couple of small translucent fish in a creek earlier in the day, but other than that, you haven't seen anything.
So no, like, birds chirping.
No birds, no lizards, no nothing.
Does Dorian know if that's a common result from, like, astronomical phenomenon?
It would not be.
Okay.
So it's not due to the fallen stars and whatnot.
No.
Dorian proceeds to continue to be incredibly freaked out.
Or at least, if it is a result of falling stars, it's not a normal one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's the question for the group is, should we continue to explore, or should we head back to the ship?
Scarpia mentioned if you're looking for, quote, your buttons, Caliban, because you wanted to make your make some of that ceruleum into buttons for your coat, to check near the river.
Right. Yeah, so we talked about going to the river.
Right. Lasalius, for the sake of expediency, I'm going to assume that you're with them.
Okay.
Dorian would not think of this, but I, the player, would like to point out that we are on an island with largely abandoned settlements, so it might occur to one of us to scavenge some stuff for supply. I feel like it would occur to Merrick.
You mean like disassemble some buildings for lumber and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's definitely a good idea.
Yeah, it is a good idea.
Okay.
As a curiosity, so I have the cantrip mending. And is that helpful in terms of, like, mending the ship? With other bits?
It probably couldn't replace the need for supply, but it would help it.
Yeah.
They're
like
definitely
small pieces.
Yeah, they're definitely like uses for it.
Yeah, it has to be a break or a tear no larger than a foot.
Yeah.
So I can fix little bits.
So the question remains: are you guys going to stay on this island for much longer, and if so, doing what?
Well, the whole reason for stopping here in the first place was to have a look for some ceruleum, wasn't it?
I agree.
That it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's probably worth having a little fish around and seeing if we can find something.
Agreed.
And we've been here how long?
Probably 4 hours. 4 or 5 hours.
Also, just in the interest of seeing the difference between the amount of time spent there to see if anything happens, I would say stick around.
Dorian's already tentatively sort of heading towards the river.
Well, let's go to the river then.
Let's go to the river, yeah.
All right then. So, as you guys are navigating this forest, looking for this cerulean. I'm going to take you over to this map. So, you arrive at a river. This appears to be the major sort of waterway on this island. You've seen numerous little creeks that and tributaries that come off of this thing, but this appears to be the primary thing. I would like all
Are
of
there
you to.
more of the translucent fishes in this water?
We're gonna cover that in here in a second.
Oh.
Right now, I would like all of you to go ahead and roll me initiative for a skills challenge.
You got it.
Skills challenge. Didn't click my token because I'm dumb.
I forgot to.
Ooh, I'm slow.
Oh boy. That 0.1 makes a big difference.
I don't even see my token.
Makes all the difference.
Bottom right-hand corner.
I'll shift ping you.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, see.
Be sure to click on your token first, Jay.
Yeah,
Unlike
not
some
like
other,
us.
unlike some other people.
Bunch of plebs.
How long have
Alright.
we been playing this game?
Indeed,
Nearly 4 years?
something like that. Let's see, 14 for Merrick, and 6
Whopping
for Dorian.
6.
And Caliban coming in with a strong 1. Okay, so Lasalius, the goal of this skills challenge is explore the surrounding area and see if you can find any ceruleum. During a skills challenge, we've done them before, but I'll just remind you. Pull up my rules reference here. Skill challenges. There we go. So, in skill challenges, you're going to pick a skill or tool and explain to me how you are going to use it to try to explore the surrounding area and look for ceruleum or anything of interest around here. You'll roll it. If you succeed on the check, you guys get a success. If you fail, you get a failure. Once you either accrue, in this case, 6 successes or 3 failures, skill challenge will end, and we'll see what happens after that. This is also your time to shine. It's your time to be creative, and you get to dictate a lot of what you're doing and what's around in the environment and things like that. So feel free to sort of cut loose or get really creative with your choices. But it goes to you.
So I'm going to pull my sword, and as I walk down the little shore, I'm going to use investigation to see what I find.
Okay, cool.
Anything of interest? Turning stones with my sword, looking for whatever we're looking for.
Yeah. You're looking for... What you guys are looking for is a rare blue metal called ceruleum, which comes from meteors. It is quite valuable and highly magically conductive.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing any tools that would help. But, so yeah, I guess I will stick with that.
Okay, yeah, so go ahead and roll investigation for me. Okay.
Alrighty.
So you're flipping over rocks, Lasalius, and as you're doing that, you do notice that there are a few more of those transparent fish in the water. Not a whole lot, but there are some. However, unfortunately, as you're just sort of going through, flipping stones over, you don't really notice anything of particular interest. So we go to Merrick.
With Merrick's superior bird vision, he can see more defined colors than the average humanoid-ish.
Penguin
There's no
facts.
humans. Yeah. So he's going to use perception to see, oh boy, some see some not many of the blues.
Would you
Sure,
like
Merrick,
to?
You can borrow my roll.
I notice you have a inspiration token. Would you like to spend that to re-roll that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. It literally can't be worse.
This is true. Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. That's my
There we go.
22.
Okay. So, Merrick, you do notice a few glittering blue flecks in the water.
Awesome.
Dorian goes to you.
So Dorian is going to do some quick mental geometry. He's going to pick out a couple of spots and place items there to represent the points of a star. And then he's going to place himself roughly in the middle. And he's going to start invoking the lantern in sort of its role as a guiding influence. And he's going to try to sense any sort of magical energies in the area and see if he can kind of figure out that way, if that makes sense.
Okay, so sounds like Arcana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So critical success means 2 successes for you guys. All right. Yeah, so Dorian, you invoke the lantern constellation and sort of send basically like a little ping of magic through the area. And when you do, you hear a faint sort of metallic resonance running up the river. like numerous small little pings.
Okay.
So we go
Dorian's really happy that worked.
Yeah, as we go to Caliban.
Caliban strips down to his underpants.
Okay.
And how deep is this river, Josh?
This river is probably 9 feet, 10 feet, something like that.
Okay. So he dives into it. And I'm going to use athletics to kind of try and swim along the bottom and pick over rocks at the bottom of the river and try and find some of the metal that way.
Okay. I'm in the middle of something. What's the result?
15.
15? Okay, that's a success. Sorry, let me find something real quick before we continue. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, so as you are diving in the water there, Cal, and you said you're flipping things over to like looking through the sediment at the bottom?
Yeah, so I'd like to think of it as people who similar to how people go diving for lobster or for clams,
Catfish.
pearls. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you're doing that, Cal, you do find a couple of tiny little basically gravel-sized hunks of stone that have a little bit of ceruleum in them.
Great.
Not a humongous amount, but you're able to get probably 6 or so pebbles like this.
Nice.
One thing you can ascertain, Cal, as you're doing this, is that you're getting more success the further upriver you go.
Okay.
Oh, that's why, because I'm on the compass thing. Or the ruler thing. So you guys should have 4 of these. Okay. Lysalius goes back to you.
I probably should have started with this because if you explained it, I didn't hear. What are the stained glass circles? Or is that
The
something
stained
to
glass circles
investigate?
are they're measuring your successes and failures. So the top
Okay.
one here,
Yeah.
this is successes. These are failures.
Um. Hmm. Looks like I have one regular dagger on me, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna meander my way over here, and I will use, I guess, I don't know, maybe strength to use the dagger to try to maybe chip away at some of the stone here and see if that proffers anything.
Okay. Let me check something real quick here. Yeah, you could. Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Athletics, okay. Much better, thank you.
16. Okay. As you are chipping it away at the rock there, Lascelius, you don't find much in the way of residuum. Pardon me. You do find that, like, as you're chipping away at that rock, you send a little school of those clear fish swimming away. But yeah, you don't find any residuum, but you are not residuum, ceruleum, but you are making good progress. As we go to Merrick. You're muted, Alex, if you're talking.
Ball sacks. Merrick's gonna sift through the sand quite quickly, and use sleight of hand to try and separate the blue from the not blue.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So.
Oh, balls.
Well done.
So you guys successfully complete the skills challenge here. And yeah, Merrick, so as you're doing that, you again aren't finding much in the way of ceruleum. Although again, you're ascertaining that you're getting more hits as the further upriver you go. All the ceruleum that you're finding so far is just like tiny little pebbles or flakes and things like that, barely usable. Nothing to really justify your trip here. However, you start to notice it, Merrick, and Caliban, you definitely start noticing it. As your body is or portions of your flesh are submerged in this water. Not instantly and not particularly quickly, but eventually you do start to feel your skin burn.
Merrick's out of the water.
Yeah, Caliban also quickly makes his way to shore.
Cal, I will say, since you were fully submerged, you're going to take a little bit.
That's fine.
You're gonna take 2 acid damage.
Oh no. Okay.
And that accrued over the course of probably a minute or two.
Right. Okay. I'm glad I stripped and didn't wear any clothes in there.
Indeed.
The only thing burning away is your underwear. So, quick question. So, using the sword at the beginning to kind of fiddle around with stuff, is there damage to the blade or anything noticeable?
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't seem to be it's not particularly strong. Acid.
But flesh
and
is
it may not
weak
even
acid.
necessarily affect metal.
Yeah, it's not melting a Terminator.
No.
Is it so now that the skills challenge is over? Is it too late to do actions, or is that still?
Oh no, you guys can still do whatever you want.
Can I use a dexterity check to see if I can grab one of the fish out of the water?
Oh yeah, absolutely, go for it. You can give me dexterity, or if you're better with it, sleight of hand.
Let's see. Looks like it'd be the same. So.
Okay.
Ugh, fast little buggers.
Yeah. You reach for one and it just sort of swims away from you real quick. It's hard to see them. Lascelius.
That's what I'll
much
blame
less
on.
catch. Yeah.
We should head upstream.
Merrick will pull out his little fishing spear and say, sometimes this can work a little better. What would I roll to try and stab a fish?
Are you... I assume you're proficient in sleight of hand, yeah?
I am, yeah.
Okay. Either that or survival or
an attack roll or something?
Or an attack roll. Yes, something like that.
Okay.
I'll leave it to your discretion.
I would think sleight of hand.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay, yeah. You lance out there, Merrick, fast as lightning, and skewer one of these little fish.
I point the tip out to him as if to hand him the fish.
Lucilius, I'm going to say that you don't even have to roll for this, given your nature. As you're looking at it there, Lucilius, you recognize that little fish. It is a type of fish native to underground environments. Like, you've probably seen this thing hundreds of times before. It's unusual to see it up here. The translucent color is a result of it living in darkness all of its life.
So that's what I was about to say. So I'm explaining to them how curious it is that these are underground fish that we're finding in this little river, and that maybe that means that there's a way to go underground close.
Yeah, maybe there's a cave or something nearby.
We should be
Dorian
careful.
is instantly fascinated.
What were you saying, Cal?
Well, Merrick's like a fisherman, right?
Yeah.
So I would ask Merrick, could you think of any reason that an underground fish would be up here?
If there was something there that's forcing it to leave.
What were you saying, Cal?
I was going to say we should be careful, because the cave could lead to the Underdark. And there's nothing but nasty things down there.
Hey now.
What? We don't know that. I'm pretty sure we don't know Lucilius is a drow.
I didn't know that when I was traveling.
I don't know. I don't know how you wouldn't know he's a drow.
I thought he was hiding it somehow.
Yeah, I looked different. Remember my skin's a lighter tone.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
I masquerade as a above ground elf.
Okay, I did not know.
Yeah,
that.
see, I remembered that.
My mistake. Sorry.
That's what I was like. Yeah, there's nothing.
I didn't know you were walking around with white face.
God didn't. But yeah, so go ahead. Sorry,
I was just didn't know you were elf passing.
Cancelled.
Indeed.
But yeah, that's one thing I would be worried about, would be that there's something pushing these fish out of their natural habitat.
Then we should be careful.
I mean, it could just be a reaction to more of this stuff. What's a little fleck in the blue? If it's making the water appear acidic in just little bits.
There's definitely more of it as you go upstream, so...
Can I inspect the fish for, like, damage to its scales that would indicate acidic waters?
Yeah. You don't see any damage to it. Okay. Lucilius, roll me a nature check.
Okay, yeah, I was about to ask if I would just know. Ugh.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Lucilius. I'm worthless today. Congratulations to me.
So
I look at it and I'm
upstream?
like, you're right, it's a fish.
It is a fish.
It does indeed have scales.
As you guys, because you guys are making your way upstream, is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys start making your way there, you start to become ever more aware of the unusual lighting circumstances of this island. You've been at this fishing thing, or at this sort of panhandling thing, for probably an hour, and it is becoming very apparent that it's going to get dark, or at least hard to see for most of you. As you are, all right, I'm going to assume you're following the river. Yeah, you'd have to. As you're doing that, Merrick, you do notice more fish as you go further upstream.
So which way are they? Okay, so they're coming from that way?
You would assume so, yes.
Sure.
After a little ways, you are suddenly startled by the very first noise you've heard on this island. A sharp twig snap.
As a hunter, fighter, whatever, do I have any idea where it came from?
You could roll me a perception check.
Thank you. Wow, god damn. You guys need me, I'll be napping under the tree.
Lasalius, it's unfortunate. With all these trees, the noise just sort of ricochets and reverberates. Hard to pinpoint. Cal, similar circumstance. The density of the trees on this island makes sound sort of bounce in weird ways.
Man,
I'm
very proud of you for the planning of this.
Yeah, Dorian's fishing into his component pouch.
Okay. As you...
Can I send the ghost to scout?
Sure. I don't think your ghost can get terribly far away from you, though.
5 blocks away. What would that do?
That would be well within your. When I say that, I mean like I don't think you can get like more than like 60 feet away from you, something like that. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, so I send her over here to kind of check that out.
Okay. You guys don't have to move too much on this map until I let you know.
Okay.
But so you send your phantom up there, Lasalius. She's looking around. You can see she's drawn her sword, moving in a very careful way, moving very stealthily, even though she doesn't actually make noise when she walks.
Extra
She doesn't seem.
precautions.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to notice anything. All of you roll me a perception check.
Oh, nice.
All right.
That 18 though.
All right, everybody except Dorian. Notice movement behind, like further into the tree line. Something like moved between two trees.
Dorian's gonna blithely step forward, blissfully unaware.
Gonna step
Cal-
back.
It's okay, guys. There's nothing up there.
Merrick's gonna
hold on.
grab like the edge of his collar and just like tug him backwards.
Yeah, and Cal puts an arm in front of you and just like back your ass up.
Dorian was
lucky I got a
Dorian was 2 weeks away from retirement and had a wife and kids there waiting for him at home.
It's true. I carry their pictures with me everywhere.
Yeah. They knitted you this nice red shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I kiss the picture before every fight.
We should stay close to the river so we can't be surrounded.
Doesn't get weird until he starts talking to the picture, and then it talks back.
So you guys, Cal wisely advises you guys to steer near the river, and you start making your way back that way. As you do, Cal got the highest one. Cal's sort of like taking up the rear so that you guys get to the river first, and he's between you and you guys would be between the river and him.
Yep.
And so, Cal, you have the best sort of vantage to notice something peeking out behind a tree real quick and hides behind it again.
I'm gonna call out, "We mean you no harm. We are just passing through."
There's no response.
What do I roll to scurry up one of these trees?
You could roll me an athletics check.
Dorian's like, and you guys talk about me talking to myself all
Lucilius,
myself all
as you
the
start to
time.
clamber up one of these trees, you get probably about 10 feet up, and then your grip just sort of like, well, no, your grip is fine. It's rather the bark on the tree just sort of peels off.
Fall damage.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You didn't get high enough to cause fall damage, but the bark on this tree just sort of, yeah, it peeled
like
off.
decaying.
Yeah, because maybe not decaying. It doesn't appear to be healthy.
Man, what is up with this sickly little island? So I explained that to them, by the way.
Let's hustle. Let's hustle back.
As you guys,
We are not alone in
hang on.
these
Did you
woods.
say hustle back?
To the river?
To the river.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm assuming you. Okay, this map is not, even though the grid's up. I'm using this so you guys have the image of like a dark, spooky forest.
Okay.
I'm assuming a river's near you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, this is just for effect.
You
guys got to you guys succeed on the skill challenge, so you don't have to worry too much about this map.
Okay. I'm gonna say to the group, let's move quickly. Let's stay vigilant and stay quiet. We are not alone in these woods.
As you guys go along, at one point, you notice more shapes behind trees.
Can we make out any inkling of like any familiarity with the shapes?
You tell me.
All right.
Oh God.
We are now in a Miyazaki film. Okay.
Guys.
And as soon as you like look at them, they all like dart behind that tree again. These dark
This
shapes.
gives me flashbacks to fucking
Curse
You
of
know.
Strahd.
yes.
Well, they always said that if I encountered a ghost, I would be that first kind of person to try to talk to him. I would kind of like to see what these things are. So far, they haven't been aggressive. They're just looking.
Dorian's like gripping his channeling gem very tightly, and it's like, let's pick it back up and get back to town.
Are you suggesting going back to the boat there, Dorian?
Yes.
Back to the boat, lads.
Bravely turn our tails and flee.
Dorian has suggested heading back. What do you guys think?
I don't want to.
Okay.
I would like to make contact.
Getting back is prudent. Josh, before it got dark, did we have any sense that there might be like more buildings up ahead, upriver?
You
I'm
would
gonna
have
take
really
cover
no
under
way
the-
of knowing.
Okay.
I don't.
I mean,
think
the elevation is climbing.
I mean, it would make sense if the Ceruleum is kind of coming from upriver, and this was a mining island, that there were probably things upriver. We just wouldn't have a way of knowing how far.
I
will
don't
answer.
think-
Go ahead, Merrick.
I don't think it's wise to fuck around in the forest at nighttime when we're not that close to an easy escape route.
I agree.
Agreed.
I think it's a little silly to do this. If we were closer to the boat or somewhere that isn't so locked in, then I might be a lot more open to the idea.
I will say this: you guys would be able to ascertain you are closer to the headwater than you are to your boat right now.
Oh, then that's what makes me think we keep going and try and find a
yeah, right.
defensible
Because
position.
unfortunately, at this point, even if you start heading back to the boat, you're still going to be in the forest when it starts getting dark.
Right.
Yeah, alright then. Fuck it, let's go.
I don't
Yeah.
like that. Maybe if we go up towards the headwater, it'll be above the tree line.
Or at least we can find a defensible position.
Yeah, that's a
Exactly.
good point.
All right.
Alright, let's
Let's
keep
go.
moving then.
What?
So, as you guys arrive at the headwater, pushing through the trees and whatnot, you come upon this large pool. You notice that there is an array of like strange mechanical equipment arranged around it. And actually, hold on, I forgot to do something. Let's take our 5-minute break, our 10-minute break. Yeah, let's take a 10-minute break right now. As I get something set up here.
Okay.
Before that, can I ask a question?
Sure.
How common is seeing mechanical shit like this? Is this like a very common thing? Is this a what the fuck? We've never seen anything like this before.
All of you would have seen mechanical equipment of this caliber at some point, but it would only be in large cities. Merrick, back in Ancora Bay, you've seen things like this. Caliban's definitely seen like probably like some sort of like siege engine equipment of a technological level of this caliber.
Okay.
Sure, okay.
Yeah, it is unusual to see it all the way out here, but you have seen things like this before.
Okay, cool.
All right. Break time.
Yeah, so we will resume this at 9:05.
Got it.
Sweet.
Okay.
All right.
Boop. Yeah.
You guys can't hear like stuff in my background noise, can you?
Yes, we can.
Damn it!
It's fine.
Hang on.
Look, it's fine. You watch Uncle Buck on repeat. We're not judging you.
Yeah.
Jeremy's watching some little Star Wars thing.
Some little Star Wars thing.
I don't know.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's like a little other. It's not like I don't know normal stuff. It's like other stuff. Some random Disney Plus thing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you guys arrive at the headwater of this river. Oh, it's Starfall.
Oh, God damn it.
Trouble?
No, it's fine. I just had another tab open, so
Oh.
it's fine. Fixed it.
Okay. The central pool here, you can see, has this equipment around it. Let's see. What else would you be able to ascertain? From your distance. That's probably... Oh, no. Hold on. You'd also be able to see that this ridge here... Oh, hold on. I am on the wrong layer. Yeah. This ridge here. Or cliff, I should say. Has, like, sizable holes drilled, like, into the side of it. And water seems to, like, right there at water level. And water seems to sort of flow out of it. Or intermingle within it.
Gotcha.
And lastly, darkness has started falling over the island. It is not, however, pitch black, partially because you still have some residual light, and also because you start to notice tiny little flecks of color drifting through the air. Bright greens, magentas, violets. They don't provide like a humongous amount of illumination individually, but in conjunction, they sort of give a unearthly kind of aurora feel to these woods.
Are they bugs?
They're not bugs, they just seem to be
fey?
motes of color. And Merrick, you feel sort of like the air pressure shift.
Okay. In a bad way or a good way?
In a decidedly fey way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Great.
Did somebody say Faye?
Merrick, do you know what these are?
Did I ever see them at home?
You. It's not really a them. It's more of a what, and it is indicative of you're within the presence of sort of how to put this. The barrier between the Feywild and this location is thin,
Mm.
or thinner.
Have I been to the Feywild? I would
Probably
assume
not.
So, right? No. Okay.
You've probably been to places of power, of Fey power within the material world, but traversing into the Feywild
Not
is
yet.
another thing entirely.
Sure.
Josh, how tall is this ledge?
Probably 50 feet.
Okay. So I suggest that we make camp up here so that we're sheltered that one side, got the water next to us, so we can only be really approached from one direction, and we can maybe make a little campfire that can't be in this shelf. The sled should shield us some.
What
Dorian.
is the Sorry, you go first.
No, go ahead.
What's like the state of the machinery? How old does it look? How dilapidated and broken?
You'd have to get closer in order to be able to inspect it.
Okay, sure.
Josh, when we look back into the woods from here, do we still see stuff?
You'd occasionally see furtive movement, but behind a tree occasionally. Yeah.
But it's not getting close.
Any more shiny eyes?
What'd you say, Cal?
But it's not like getting any closer to us. It's still at the same distance, kind of.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, occasionally they have shiny eyes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up here and investigate this machine in this little area to see if it makes sense as maybe where to stay the night.
Okay. That's where Cal's going.
So I kind of say out loud to everybody that I would imagine it feels like maybe these are this is mining equipment of some sort.
That makes sense.
Since it's all based around the water and it looks like everything's pointing towards the water, with the exception of this little guy.
I'm going to start answering questions here once I know where Dorian and Merrick are going. Okay, Merrick's going over there. Dorian, where are you going?
Dorian. Actually, Dorian's gonna head in that direction, but he's actually going to focus his attention into this pool.
Okay.
See anything of note in there?
Okay. So, I'll start with Lasalius and work my way up. Lasalius, yeah, as you and your ghost approach the mining equipment. Yeah, it is mining equipment. As you get closer, you'd be able to tell. It is in a state of disarray and decay. Looks to have been here for a while and left unattended for a while. You can see significant amounts of wear and rust, weathering. Vegetation has started overtaking the treads. Not only. Anybody inspecting the machinery, give me a nature check.
In nature?
Nature.
Can I give a history check?
You can give me a nature check. Actually, history might work. You could give me a history check. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted a +1 instead of a -1.
I see.
That's fair.
Lasalius and Cal, you both would be able to pick this out for different reasons. The vegetation growing around these things is unusually thick, given the state of the rest of the machine. The machine itself obviously has been here for a while, but the vegetation has started overtaking it almost aggressively.
Right. Okay.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and move back over here. I'll run to you guys. 'Cause that
Well,
means one
actually, put no, put
Huh?
yourself back there, Jay,
Oh, Lord of mercy.
because I've got a few more questions to answer here. Merrick, what are you up to?
Eric's gonna have a look at the old mining equipment and see if there's anything he can salvage off of it.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
I'm not investigatory. Let's have a go though.
Okay.
Yikes.
Go ahead. What?
I
Oh,
said yikes.
Oh yeah. So Merrick, you don't find anything of anything salvage worthy. You do, however, find something. Yeah, put it in the chat here. As you're inspecting this thing, you find a panel with a name on it. Lochner Realty and Reclamations.
I try something.
What's up, Silas?
So the vegetation that's overtaking the treads. So what I would do, and I would imagine I'd probably pull my sword out to do this. With the sword, I would move the vegetation, like kind of like almost pushing it off of the tread.
Mhm.
And on another side of it, like actually cutting the vegetation that's on the tread, and then watching to see if it either moves back to where I moved it off of, or I guess not really regenerates, but kind of regenerates where I cut it, to see if there's any reaction from the actual
From the
plant.
vegetation?
Yeah, that's on it.
You do notice that it isn't like grow back or anything. The vegetation that you move away does very slowly start to like work its way back towards that machine.
And secondly, am I close enough to them to scream these findings to them, or can they just hear me talking? Or
Yeah, you'd be able to shout findings to them.
Okay.
You're also close enough to hear the distinct snapping sound. Pretty close to you. And Dorian,
Yep.
you were checking out the pool.
Yep.
By the light of this prismatic aurora, you can see a big geode down in the water of this glittering blue metal. Looks to be about the size of... It's probably not as big as I'm depicting it. The geode itself is probably about the size of a basketball, something like that. It seems to be embedded partially into the bottom. You also see that there is sort of around it all sorts of the remains of one of these mining machines down there at the bottom. You can see that machine is extremely corroded.
I will relay this to the others. Would I be able to hazard a guess as to how heavy that is?
Give me investigation.
Okay.
Well, wait. So just to clarify, so the basketball-sized geode, does it look like it's like part of something bigger, and that's the only part we can see, or does it look like it's sitting on top of the?
It looks like it might. You could tell that it seems to be spherical. It's probably its own independent thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Dorian, no.
Okay.
I could dive down there, tie some ropes around it, and we could pull it out.
Well, don't forget that the water kind of
There's a bit of acidic.
damaged him. Yeah.
Let's wait till morning.
I'd like to point out to everybody that the poor bastards that were mining this, it seems as they found this geode, they are no longer here. So
It's part of why I'm
Point.
suggesting we wait till morning.
everything looks abandoned. I would imagine if they left with any plan on leaving, they would have took their equipment with them. So let's assume that their dead bodies are probably under this vegetation.
Is there any sign of like remains of bodies, bones, clothing?
Yeah, I was gonna
Nothing like
ask that.
that.
What would you check for that? Oh, okay.
Nothing like that. Merrick and Lucilia, since you're asking, roll me perception. Yeah, no.
Whew.
Josh, is there any like nearby any like fallen or dead wood that could be gathered like in just like the immediate like area to make a little fire?
You could easily break the branches off these trees if they're as weak as they appeared to be further downstream.
Like these two dead ones like right here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that.
How deep is that geode?
Probably 40 to 50 feet.
So they mine down quite a bit before they hit it.
Dorian, give me a nature check.
Ooh, not my specialty, but okay.
I have a question after that.
Yep, actually, not terrible at it.
Dorian, another thing you notice along the cliff there and along the bottom of the river, bottom of the pool, is there is a lot of strata of rock that probably like there's a lot of deep strata. It looks like they dug pretty fucking deep and started burrowing into substrata in order to find that geode. And as you're sort of like looking over the area, thinking about this mining equipment, Dorian, you can give me a investigation check.
Nope.
Never mind.
Question.
Yes.
Looking at it and looking from where we are, it would appear that the only trees that are dead and dying and decayed that we could use for firewood also seemingly are only the trees that are around this water. Would we be able to figure out or use nature to figure out if the water is what's killing the trees and something that would mean that something has changed with the water that would kill these trees? Or
You can give me a nature check or investigation.
we're gonna go with fuck my life. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit down and take a nap next to one of these trees.
Actually, given the nature of what's going on here, and you being a drow, I'm going to give you advantage on that. Because Lucilius, what you're starting to sort of piece together is like these guys started mining and basically exposed the water table to substrata of rock and mineral that it wasn't normally exposed to. The acidity in the water is likely a result of this mining operation, and has now acidified the entire water table. The
I appreciate that you
vegetation,
gave that to me because that's what I was figuring.
yeah, the vegetation near the pool is probably like as you pointed out. Yes, it's all near the water. Trees are dying in the forest near the water, if not already dead. And such a phenomenon would also have obviously a devastating effect on the local wildlife.
Which would be why there's nothing around us.
Indeed.
The trees, no boys. Okay, obviously I
No
tell them that.
boys.
No boids.
No other boids. No naturally occurring boids.
Excuse you?
Merrick is a Boyd construct.
Well, given
Plot
what
twist.
it's done to the wildlife around here, I would actually caution Merrick the most to be careful.
So no swimming then.
No.
Not tonight.
Lest we lose you to the acid.
I have a plan or an idea for getting that But
What is it?
well, I don't know how heavy it is, and I don't know if it's kind of like embedded in the rock.
Mm.
But if I can reduce its size, then its weight should reduce correspondingly. And like you see Dorian starting to do math in his head.
Yeah.
And
You
so
see
we
my
should be able to
investigation
bring
score?
it
You
back
lost
up.
me.
We should be able to bring it up based on that, and if it no longer fits whatever hole it's embedded in, it should kind of just come out.
That's a great idea.
Yes, just be careful with the kryptonite.
I just wish there were a way for us to. Go ahead, Al.
I would still recommend waiting till morning.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, are we
Right.
free to move to the fire, or do we still stay where we are?
Give me 1 second to. Okay, that's what I thought.
I have an idea as well to add to that.
Okay, what's up?
Could use absorb elements, dive into water, tie around reduced object, and then get out ASAP.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah,
that would take some acid damage off.
true. Lascelius, yeah, you can move about.
How deep did you say that was?
50 feet.
Swim speed is 50 feet. So with the movement and with 2 movements and 2 reactions, I could protect myself enough to do that. One would think.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 spell slots though, so you gotta, or 3 counting your enlarge reduce. So you've got to decide if that's.
I mean, how else is Cal supposed to get his buttons?
I appreciate whoever made the fire. I like it.
You're welcome.
Doria does not appreciate whoever made the fire and is hiding behind a rock. he thought about hiding behind a tree, and then he realized the tree was a giant tinder box, so he hid behind the rock instead.
You don't like fire.
Oh, no.
What do you got against fire?
yeah. Virist.
Are you asking him?
Anti-pyro.
I'm asking him.
Are you... So Dorian just kind of slumps back against the stone. All right. So on Nescalos, my family runs the archive, biggest library on the island. Kind of the reservoir for the majority of everything that comes there,
Sure.
knowledge-wise. Well, it's a bunch of books, and some inattentive asshat left the candle somewhere. I guess I don't know. Never figured out exactly where it started. But
Snap.
Snap.
Does it sound like it's closer than they have been?
Would I use perception to see if I can figure anything out?
Dorian and Lascelius can roll me perception, yeah.
Dorian, you might want to get behind me.
Yeah. Dorian, you're not sure. Lascelius, you start looking around. The firelight casting weird shadows. There are more shadows than there should be. to start looking
Uh,
around. There
Around the
are
fire?
they're out amongst the trees.
Mm-mm.
Does Dorian have time to get behind Cal? Get to there.
Cal, nope. Put yourself back.
That's what I
Cal,
figured. That's why I
Cal
asked.
Cal and Merrick, please roll me perception check. Okay. Okay. So, Cal's looking at Dorian. Dorian's looking at Cal. Merrick and Lasalius, however, are staring out into the woods when they come.
Oh.
Not they.
Roll
Okay.
roll initiative, please.
Click tokens, guys. Gotta
Click the
remember.
token this time.
Ta-da. Oh wow, that's not good.
I rolled slightly better.
I rolled slightly better too.
Hide behind. It's interesting.
I like to point out the two people that can see the things coming are the two that rolled the lowest initiative.
We point him out.
Yeah, we're the scouts.
Yeah. Those extra seconds were warning everybody else.
Oh yeah,
Who's the sc-
can I yell
I rolled
something to them as a
garbage,
warning
Jesus.
or no?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
The
I'm
scout
gonna.
with the short, stumpy legs.
Waddle scout.
Put me in the water, and I'm a mean scout. But out here, I got
Puffin
getting
Berserker,
Bumblefoot.
by the way. Great.
I take a negative roll.
Complete aside.
So Cal and Dorian, because you guys rolled too low, you guys are surprised,
Which means
which means that they on their first turn they will not do anything.
mm,
Whereas Lasalius and Merrick can act normally. Unfortunately, that means like as Cal is staring at Dorian, he has a perfect view of this thing. I'll go ahead and shift Z for you.
I thought, God damn it.
cousin it.
Cousin it / where the wild things are.
This
Yeah.
creature, about a little bit bigger than about the size of Dorian, covered in shaggy fur, like indistinguishable features, but these large bear-like paws, double jointed legs, not dissimilar to maybe some sort of like wolf, and a fuzzy tail reminiscent of like a bobcat or a panther.
Interesting.
Lurches out from behind this tree and is going to attack.
Quick question. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Never mind. You answered that then. Never mind. You answered the question by saying that. I was gonna say, do they appear aggressive? But yeah.
15 to
Yes,
15
they
to
do.
hit Dorian.
Oof.
Yes, that will
Okay.
hit.
Okay, Dorian, you are going to take 7 bludgeoning and you are grappled.
Oh.
Ouch.
You'll take extra damage at the start of this thing's turn. And yeah, okay, so that is this thing. I'm gonna put a little marker in here to signify that you are grappled. Here, there, that. Next one is the green one. This green one is going to move into this tree space and is going to, like, basically you watch Lasalius as this creature pushes itself perfectly up against that tree, and when it sort of stays there for a second, it's indistinguishable.
Mhm.
Like you have no way of being able to tell that it's hidden behind that tree until its paws come lurching out from around it. Like this thing is designed to hunker next to a tree and attack you from the other side of it.
Mm.
Almost like it's hidden behind it.
Like reaching around it.
Yes. And the hide behind is going to attack your phantom. 7 will not hit.
Who oddly is at 20 for some reason.
Oh, it should be at. Hang on, I didn't adjust that. There we go.
Oh, okay. I was gonna fix that. That works too.
So that was that one. That was that one. Oh wow, they all go and wow, did everybody just? God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's just a symphony of losers here.
Hey,
Have you not been watching my rolls up till now?
Fair. The red one is gonna go here and hide behind that tree. It's gonna stay there. And then the blue one gonna come rushing out, try to grab you, Lascelius. Claw.
But it doesn't have any tree around it, so.
It does not. You're right. It's exposed. It's gonna do
Wow.
7. It's gonna do 7 damage to you and grapple you. Now you are grappled. Goes to Lascelius. Oh, I gotta put on the music.
Yeah, it's not the same without it. So I'm. Okay, so I guess I'm going to, before I do anything, I'm going to yell to them that it seems like maybe making the fire bigger might help us. I don't know. I'll leave it to you to decide to or how you're going to do that.
Dorian is literally screaming, "Do not make the fire bigger! Do not make the fire bigger!"
Damn your books, Ward! Let's see. And then I will try to hit the blue one.
That's a hit. So Lascelius, one thing to keep in mind is when you're attacking with your rapier, since you don't have a second weapon in your hand, you get the benefit of your dueling feature.
Mhm.
So when you're about to make a rapier attack, make sure you check the box that says dueling. It should be like a little bit down below your weapons.
Oh, yes, I see.
Yeah.
Or
But that
fighting
means
style.
that attack is going to do 10 damage to this thing.
Okay.
And Lascelius, when you stab it, it lets out a cry that sounds like a dove or a pigeon.
He's calling more. Alright.
All the island's birds in drag.
Just more of these things are probably going to show up. Okay,
fur
and then...
drag.
I apologize also, I'm not quite sure. So after attacking it, if I move away, does it still get an attack of opportunity or no?
You wouldn't be able to move away because you're grappled by this thing. It's grabbing you.
Oh, gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay, and then let's see. Womp. Okay. My
Mhm.
spirit companion just lets it happen.
Merrick goes to you.
I'm gonna kind of move backwards a bit, to be honest.
Mhm.
And I think I would like to cast this one.
Flaming sphere. Okay. Is there a problem, Dorian?
That's a lot of fire.
Sorry.
That. Okay. Where would you like it?
I'd like to start it here.
Okay.
Can I use my... It's a bonus action to move it, eh?
Yeah, I believe so.
Can I do that on my same turn? Or is that
Yeah.
illegal?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so.
I want to ram it into red, please.
Okay. I've got an idea. Alex, why don't you try? Do you see a spell template section in your journal?
My journal.
Yeah, under the journal feature.
Doodly 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 doo. Where the hell am
It should
I?
be under magic items.
Magic items. Spell templates. Yes.
Okay, see if you can drag one of those onto the map.
I have a 10 by 10, a 15 by 15, a 20 by 20, and a 30-foot sphere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just try grabbing any one of them and just drag them onto the map for me.
Yeah,
Okay,
can
now
you
see
if you-
size it?
See if you can move that. Oh, so you can move
I can
that.
move it. Yeah, I can. But I
Oh,
can't
okay,
make it
I think-
smaller.
okay. Right. Okay.
And I can delete it and stuff. Can
Yeah,
you make me
okay.
a 5x5 at some point?
Yeah, I'll make you a 5x5. I forget you have flaming sphere, but you want to ram it into green, right?
Yeah, red, please.
Oh, into red. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it goes rolling over. It's gonna try
Actually,
and
hang on.
slam.
Which one's grappling old mate?
That would be blue.
In which case, I think I might cast it here and ram it into blue.
Okay. And that thing has to do a dexterity save.
That would be cool.
Okay.
Or take 2d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much.
13. Okay, looks like it makes it, but it's going to still take the half.
The
So,
thing being a giant ball of hair, does it take extra
5.
damage from fire?
It does not.
It does also ignite flammable objects not being worn or carried, so I don't know if it would light the tree on fire or whatever, but...
No,
yeah.
it's okay.
I was just double checking if it, like, ends its turn within 5 feet. Okay.
Okay. So it slams into this thing. When it does, the creature lets out more like terrified, anguished, sort of cooing noises. Anything else, Merrick?
Any chance I can scramble sort of on top of the thingy-bobber?
Yeah. It's difficult terrain to climb up there, but you could certainly do it.
And that puts me like a good, 5 feet up or something? Or a couple of feet up?
Probably like 10 feet.
Oh, man. Okay, yeah, let's have that. Sorry, hiccups.
Penguin on a drill. Goes to Caliban.
I rush here. I use my bonus action to use my shield to shove Orange away from Dorian.
Oh.
New feats, woo-woo.
Push it back 5 foot.
Is that how that works? It's an attack roll?
That's my understanding of how a shove attack, because isn't it a shove?
Yeah, it's a shove. I think shoves are I think you're going to end up using the same modifier anyway.
Yeah,
but
yeah, if it's just strength, it's the same from either way.
yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I just want to. Let's see. Yeah, it's athletics versus either it's athletics or acrobatics.
Gotcha.
So in this instance, it's going to be the same thing anyway. So we'll stick with your 18. That means it's going to try to do a acrobatics. Oh no. Okay. So you shove this thing back, and as we know, Charlie, from experience, that breaks the grapple.
Exactly. I do know that. That's why I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I step up here, and I make an attack. 11 to hit?
11 does not hit this thing.
Okay.
When you shove it back, though, it lets out this, like, startled neighing sound, like a horse.
Okay. Weird.
This thing has
Dorian.
apparently absorbed all the creatures around it and taken on their noises.
Dorian, goes to you.
Lee, you're muted.
So Dorian just kind of looks back and forth between the two different things, like being very puzzled at the different sounds that they've made. But he's not puzzled enough to not get the heck out of dodge. So 1, 2, 3. If I go here, I now can't see the one that's attacking Caliban, can I?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay. Then I will not move for now. And
You could
I
attack,
will
then
do-
move.
That's my thought. That's my thought. So I will go ahead, and Dorian will kind of form up, and he will use a reliable and send 3 magic missiles at that guy right there.
Okay.
Horsey.
Each time you do, it like lets out the sounds of a horse in pain.
Dorian flinches. I don't like that sound. As he does that, he'll now back away to here. And then he can pop out as he needs to.
Okay. Goes to the hide behind. Cal. This creature
Yes.
dissolves into shadow and color and vanishes.
Well, that's freaky. Okay.
The green one. He's going to try to attack the phantom again. Aha. Jay, your phantom will take 8 bludgeoning damage and is now grappled by this creature. Goes to the red one. The red one. 1, 2, 3. It's gonna go after. No, I just grabbed the fucking tree. Let me put that on the map layer.
Poor
I was about to say,
confused
it's about to throw a fucking tree at you. It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
like blinking
What-
attacking the column.
Yeah, it's gonna. This creature, this hide behind, is gonna come running towards you, Cal. And as it does, it sort of almost has like this waddling gait as it comes rushing over, and it's gonna try to grab you. As it does, it lets out the sound of like a panther. Oh wow! Okay, you're gonna take 9.
That was a pretty good panther noise.
Oh, thank you. When I was younger, I used to do it like even better. But
I can't
9.
wait until we fight the
Wait.
Velociraptor hairy thing.
It's gonna hit you for 9 there, Cal, and you are now grappled.
Okay.
Boop. The blue one. Let's see. At the start of the hide behind's turn, Lasalius, you're going to take 11 bludgeoning as this thing starts to crush you.
Okay.
And as its action, you watch as both Lasalius. I just grabbed the fucking tree again. I gotta put these on the map layer. Why did I put them on the token layer?
Yeah, you
Get
grab
out of here, tree.
you grapple that tree.
But you watch you watch as both this creature and Lasalius bolt. Boop. Lasalius goes to you.
So I actually have been meaning to ask this, but how does it work if you are attacking but you are aiming at something specific? Like the
There
head,
aren't
arms,
any called shots in 5e.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might want to
Um,
break
I'm
that.
there-
pretty
there-
sure there's an action to break a grapple, though, right?
There is. There are certain creatures that allow for it, but not these.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is grappling, so you can't just aim at their arms.
No, but you could try to break the grapple,
Gotcha.
like what Merrick was saying. So you could either give me an acrobatics or an athletics check to try to break out, and you could describe that certainly as stabbing its arms.
Okay.
Athletics. So yeah, you stab this thing in the arm. When you do, it just goes like recoils.
Is that
To
what your
break-
10 minutes of prep was? Was it practicing your animal noises?
It was not. It was not. Alex, this is a skill I've cultivated over many moons.
I can actually attest to this.
I meditate under waterfalls and high mountains, making animal noises.
Ah, I see.
By that, he means
It's actually how
the
he
top of the
snores.
stairs and in a bathtub.
Yeah.
So breaking a grapple, if you run from that, does it still get an attack of opportunity, or does
It
that
will
count
get an
as
attack
your-
of opportunity if you back away from it, yeah.
Mother Fletcher? Okay.
Certainly go for it, though.
You feel lucky. Um. So I try to attack it.
Breaking the grapple is an action.
So I try to attack it. I try to run, see if he hits me.
Okay.
Which I believe goes back into a grapple now.
If he grabs you, yeah, he'll grapple you again.
Gotcha. Okay.
19.
Mother Fletcher. Go ahead and put that little icon back on me as I am grappled.
Yep. Oh, and you take 6 more. Merrick goes to you.
We're gonna. How far can I shift this? Oh man. You can move it 30 feet. Ugh, bugger. Okay. Let's to the green one and slam it into that.
Okay.
As a bonus.
Oh, right, and
Does he
that's
make
Dex.
a Dex save?
Yeah. Hang on, I'm trying to. And that made it a little bit better. Okay. Okay, so it looks like it succeeds, but it still takes half. Okay.
And then with the old 1, 2. Maybe I should stay up here actually. I will stay up here. Let's put a.
This creature, when it's lit on fire, starts making the sound of a chattering squirrel.
Josh, you're letting us down.
I don't know how to make squirrel noises.
Yeah, well, we're gonna need the attempt. Let's go. Come on.
I can't believe you picked an animal you couldn't make the sound of.
Yeah. So much. Yeah.
It
So
makes
much
the sound of a
stone
rabbit.
talent
There,
over
how
the
about that?
years,
Yeah.
right?
Hate you guys.
Frostbite raid, please.
Okay.
Con save. Fuck's sake.
16. Anything else?
Yeah, it's me dead.
Cal.
All right.
Oh, at the start of your turn, Cal. No, at the start of the hide behind. Anyway, continue.
Well, I'm gonna shield shove.
Okay.
And then I'm no longer grappled.
That's correct.
And then I step forward and attack.
Okay.
God damn it. I can't hit this thing for the life
Mm.
of me.
You keep breaking that grapple, but yeah.
Yeah.
Dorian goes to you.
All right. Is there anything that's like 1 to 5 pounds, like something like a small rock or something like that?
Yeah, there's like sticks, rocks, anything.
Okay. So, and how tall is this rock? Like do I
That
have,
rock-
minus.
That rock is probably like 5 feet tall.
So I don't have line of sight on red at the moment.
You could see the top of its head.
Okay. In that case, what Dorian is going to do, he's going to kneel down. He's going to pick up a rock. He's going to toss it in the air, and then he's going to say something in Elven and kind of throw his hand forward. And he's going to try to thread the needle between the cliff face and the rock and hit Red in the head
Okay.
with a catapult.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. So this
Ooh,
thing
what
needs
is
to make.
catapult?
I basically turned myself into a cannon.
Your DC is it is 14, so he makes it.
Ugh. I do they on a failed save.
Nope. No. The way catapult works is if it makes the save, the object in question keeps flying past it and attacks on a line essentially until it hits something.
That's lame. Okay, well, this is why I've been using magic missile this whole time.
Mhm.
Okay, it was worth a shot.
Stun door.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Hide behind. Which one is this? Green. Okay. The green one. The Phantom's gonna take some damage at the start of the green one's turn. Gonna take 10 bludgeoning damage to the Phantom. And it's going to try to claw the Phantom. 21. Phantom's going to take 6 more, so 16 in total to the Phantom. The red one is going to... actually, hold on. Yeah, it's going to lash out at Cal. 20 to hit Cal.
Yeah, it hits.
6 more, and welcome back to grapple.
That's fine.
And lastly, the one with Lucilius. Lucilius, at the start of that thing's turn, you're going to take 9 bludgeoning damage. And claw. I don't think 13 hits you. So it goes to you, Lucilius.
I'm gonna do the only thing I can do, and that's try to hit.
That's a hit. Okay. Oh, Jay, there's one other thing we've not been doing with your character. You have an ability called Favored Foe. Do you see it in your features?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you go ahead and post that in chat? Click the little speech bubble next to it. So when you hit a creature with your attack roll, you can call in your mystical bond with nature to mark the target as a favored enemy for 1 minute, or until you lose concentration. The first time on each of your turns you hit your favorite enemy, you deal extra damage to it. In this case, it's a D4. So you get to do that. Looks like twice per day at this level.
Mm-hmm.
And as you gain levels, not only will you be able to do it more, but you'll also do more damage. So you get to do if you'd like, you can mark the creature as your favorite enemy now and do an extra D4.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay.
D4, D4, D4.
I got it for you. Oh, hold on. Oh. There you go. So 2, 4, 4, 10 damage to this thing. Okay.
For future reference, I forgot how to do that.
Do what? The D4?
Yeah, like
I'll set it up for you next time. Actually, I think you have a favored foe button on your thing now too. On your sheet.
Ah, yes, I do. Thank you.
Yeah. So in the future, you can just click check that box and hit it.
Gotcha.
As we go to Merrick.
Let's see.
Well, hold on. Did that count as the spirit's move as well?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah. Your spirit gets to act.
Okay. That one last hit point, bro. You gotta let me do something.
That's right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, Good knowing you, Spirit.
Wham.
Okay, so go ahead and die. You're not helping me.
Die again, please. Cal,
We'll die
goes to you.
again.
Oh, back to me already. Wow. All right. Well, I'm gonna shove.
It does not succeed. Oh, actually, hold on. No, I
I
can't
was
say
about
that.
to say you gotta roll.
Yeah. Oh, it does succeed. Never mind.
Yeah.
Ah,
I grabbed the tree again.
Man, these moving trees are crazy.
Yeah, it really freaks me out. Freaks my mind.
are we in Fangborn?
Nobody cares about your Lord of the Rings shit, nerd.
I step forward
Am
and
I
attack.
okay to have? Hang on, I haven't had a turn.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think we
What?
skipped Merrick. Sorry. We skipped Merrick.
Josh, you said it was my turn.
I know, because I'm dumb.
All right.
Bad DM, bad.
All right, squirrel noise, go.
Merrick goes to you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm keeping that
Um,
bash though. That shove.
So, Green was stayed within 5 feet, so he takes damage, I think. Because at the
I think
end of
so.
his turn, he was still there.
I believe so. Yeah.
Is it?
Is that how that works?
Pretty sure
Uh,
it is. If they're still there at the end of their turn.
Could you post a flaming sphere again?
Okay. Go, there he goes.
Into turn within 5 minutes. Okay, yeah, you're right. So it has to make the save. Oh, okay, so it's going to take 2d6. What was that? 6 damage. Okay, so it takes 6 damage just from ending its turn.
And
Okay.
then it's my actual turn.
Mm-hmm.
Can I like pull it away and ram it into?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's a success, but still takes half. So go ahead and roll that. 2. Okay, so it takes 3 more. Okay.
And then let's try this. Oh,
Oh shit!
less exciting though.
Garbage roll though.
Yeah.
God
A little
damn
bit
it.
sad. That's sick.
On red.
Yeah, no, we'll make it on green. We'll get.
Okay. Try and help the spirit out as best you can. Okay. Now Cal, it's your turn.
All right, we'll push it back,
Yep. Way back.
and I step forward, and I attack, and I finally fucking hit.
Indeed. 1 on the damage roll.
Brutal damage.
Close.
Shitty damage. 6. I assume it nays again.
Yeah. Oh, you have the dueling thing, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, that explains it. It's like, where's the other 2 coming from? Yeah, it lets out a horse whinny as you smack it.
Which goes how? How's that go?
Something like that.
Wilbur.
I was literally just thinking that.
Goes to Dorian.
All right, Dorian will once again try to thread the needle, but this time he's going to pull his channeling gem. He will line it up. You see this spear of lightning show up, and 16 hit.
Yeah. And this is against red?
Yep.
Oh yeah, red. Yeah, red lets out this anguished horse cry.
As he does, Dorian he physically winces in discomfort at that sound.
Mhm.
Does not like it.
And what does a dying horse sound like?
It's not dead, but it's
I said dying.
it's like as it's dying, one of its friends just goes like of all the of all the creatures I had met in my voyage, its soul was the most hoarse. Anything else, Dorian?
No. Dorian will kind of look to Cal and say, "Cal, can we please hurry this up?"
Okay.
Cal looks back at Dorian. Are you trying to fucking rush me?
I'm trying to rush all of us.
Dorian.
Uh-huh.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Merrick, you would have a good line of sight on this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Dorian's like too sort of preoccupied. But Merrick, you see that as it's now like at the top of the as orange appear like sort of like wades into the firelight. It's now on top of that cliff directly above Dorian, and it doesn't have a face, but you get the impression it's looking down at him.
Can I yell?
Yeah, totally.
Dorian, look up.
Dorian looks up.
When you look up, Dorian, has Orange given a cry yet?
That was the Jaguar or Cougar, wasn't it?
Was Orange was that one, or was Green that one?
No, I think the green was the squirrel.
Green squirrel.
That's right. You're right. Yeah. So yeah,
that one actually, you wouldn't have even had to say look up. It would have been growling.
Yeah, actually, as you look up, Dorian, yeah, you see that creature on the ridge above you, and just goes. Meanwhile, Green is going to let out this like chittering noise as it just sort of crushes Ghost. As
Chittering.
Ghost
Now,
is,
what does that sound like?
it's like I don't know, I can't. It's like I don't know.
It's full
Squirrel.
immersion. I appreciate it.
It just goes like squirrel noise as it dies.
Okay.
I'm just picturing squirrel noises, but it's doing like this Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus Rex pose.
So the spirit is no more. So I would imagine as it's squeezing, the spirit just like mists.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you watch as your spirit
into oblivion.
Evaporates into streams of cool mist. The red one goes to its turn. It's going to try to claw. Wait, hang on. Is it? No. That one, Cal, you're gonna watch it disappear and teleport up here on top of this machinery, right behind Merrick.
Teleporting? What's
Indeed.
that about?
It's actually gonna be here. There.
You guys are just now catching on the teleporting. This one teleported with me.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he just moved, like ran away.
No. He grabbed him and then teleported with him.
It's kind of like
Shit.
the fly. I am actually now part hairy tree attacking thing.
And at the start of its turn, it's going to try to crush you, Lascelius. You're gonna take 7 bludgeoning. And then I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw to maintain your favored foe ability.
Constitution. Where's my Constitution? Hold on. Sorry. There we go.
Okay, you're good. And now it's going to attempt to claw you. Ooh, this may
Bye,
be what knocks you out. 5.
Yep.
Okay. So Lascelius conks out as it's crushing him. You all like hear this. You hear like Lascelius give out like this loud cry from over here, Lascelius, give me a death saving throw.
Already?
Yeah, he's been getting his ass kicked over here.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You guys are over there with your spells and your fancy shit.
Don't you have spells, Stinkbutt?
I have nothing.
You got spells?
I have favored foe that helped me.
You have, bruh, you got spells. Don't make me pull up your sheet. Get a whole tab full of spells. Give me a death saving throw, though.
I could speak with animals. I could have talked to him, been like, "Dude, bro, don't do this. We're cool. We're cool." I'm trying to find where would death saving throw be?
It's on the on your first page.
Mhm.
Should be like under your HP and stuff.
Death saves. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you have one success. So we go to Merrick.
For the record, though, no. Yeah, the only thing I could have done was what? Fog cloud.
Maybe.
Absorb elements.
If I move here, am I technically, sorry, I can't be here. Am I provoking?
Yeah, you'd be provoking.
Oh. Does he have a chance to grapple me if I move out of space?
Yes. Yeah, they ought. Yeah, if they hit you, they grapple you.
Fuck. Alright, let's give this a little crack then. Can I try and shove him off the edge of this into the water?
Yes.
What do I do to do that?
You can give me you have to give me an athletics check against either his athletics or acrobatics.
Alright, we're praying to the gods. Can I give him an acrobatics or
No,
I have to
unfortunately,
do
it has to be
athletics,
your athletics. Yeah. Hey, that's
Dang.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh! Oh!
Okay, so you want to shove him off into the water.
Yeah, into the water, please.
Okay,
Nice.
as it goes, it just like as it splashes into the water.
Does it burn?
At the start of its turn, it will take damage. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna waddle like the fastest penguin you've ever seen. And by that I mean a solid 25 feet.
Okay.
Let's go to there. Am I in range of you yet? Don't know. Let's find out.
He is 55 feet away.
That's marvelous. Okay. That's my picture, I believe. I think it's a full action to cast it. Oh, it's not! It's a bonus! Healing spirit.
Oh, okay.
Woo woo.
That cancels out my flaming spear.
Okay. Well, here, I'll just move that over here then. Let's see. You can see moves into the spirit stage for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there. Okay, so yeah, at the start of Lascelius' turn, he'll get HP back.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Goes to Cal.
All right, I'm going to run up along the top edge of this ridge and whack orange.
Okay.
Wait, actually, I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna let me attack. 14 hit.
Yes.
9.
Okay.
And then bonus action, I'm gonna shove it. Make it drop. Oh my god.
Oh no, you not. Noted, Alex. Hard shove there, Cal, but this thing, like, with a panther's grace, like, leaps out of the way of your shove.
That's fine. Let's go.
As we go to Dorian.
All right. So Dorian is going to kind of very furtively 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's specifically going around the way that is not by the fire. And he will kind of aim up the ridge at orange. Actually, nobody has anybody hit blue at all?
Blue, yeah, Blue's been taking damage from Lucilius.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Cal. Lucilius is down. We'll go.
Do something about it.
What do you think I'm doing?
Who's that directed towards?
That is directed towards blue, but actually, I just realized I am not close enough.
Yeah, you're not
So-
nearly close enough.
Go
You
for
wanna target-
green
that-
instead. Or orange.
Yeah. Then I'll turn it towards green, since green is by Merrick, and
That's a wisdom save.
Yep.
No. Okay, so it's gonna take 7.
yep.
What does your Toll the Dead look like, or sound like?
So Toll the Dead is Dorian kind of makes an arm motion like he's holding a sickle, and it swings his left arm, and there's a flash of red light and a sound that's kind of like the thunk of halfway between the thunk of falling wheat and a decapitated head. It's a little sickening. But that's-
Okay. You just hear this.
Totally metal.
So that sound as these squirrels start chittering.
Nice.
There, you
No
happy,
longer metal.
assholes?
Yeah. I don't know why. Where are the assholes?
You didn't choose the animal you couldn't make a noise for.
Yeah, 10 minutes you had to get an animal that you could actually make the noise for.
I hate you guys so fucking much.
Like I said, the Velociraptor. That's what I was looking forward to. Thoroughly disappointed.
This is your bit, Josh. I don't know why you're upset with us. You're the one that decided all these creatures make different animal sounds.
I didn't decide anything. The narrative dictated it. 23 to hit you, Cal,
Okay.
and 9 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And we begin the dance again. Goes to green. Green's been hit by Dorian. Doesn't like that. It's not really. It doesn't really understand that Merrick was hurting it super bad. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not really on the opposite side. Okay, yeah, it's gonna go here.
Yep.
Yeah, go here. It's gonna try and grab you, Door.
That's fine.
23 to hit. Wow, these things are incredible tonight. 9 bludgeoning.
Okay.
You are. He is a hugging.
That's fine.
If you people would all just shift closer together, I can shift the healing around, but at the moment I don't have far enough reach.
It's almost like I moved you away for a reason.
Yeah, I was about
Okay.
to say, I would like to point out that that was my idea before I got teleported away. Spirited away.
Teleport back!
Mr. Red is going to take some damage. Ooh, 7 damage. As it's thrashing in the water. As it does, it doesn't appear to be able to swim very well in this deep water. Let's see how well it does. Oh no. This thing is just thrashing in the water. It doesn't look like it can swim very well. So it's stuck there. So we go to blue. Blue doesn't acknowledge Lucilius as a threat anymore. So 1, 2, 3. As it does, it like turns back to you, Lucilius, and it's just like, "I'll see you at the top." Or says some other like jerky anime rival move or line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Good kid.
Yeah,
Suck
something
less.
like that. I only fight the strong, and we'll go over here.
Yeah, I'd retort, but I'm sleeping right now, so if you could
Well, at
just
the
keep it
start
down
of
as you
your
leave
turn,
me.
at the start of your turn, you're gonna regain 1d6 hit points. Merrick, do you want to roll that?
Oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
there we go.
Have 6.
There you go. You have 6 HP back, Lucilius.
Nice.
I'll take it. And I'm back up, yeah?
Yep.
That doesn't
That's
take
half
away
your
an
movement to
action
stand
getting
up.
back up, does it?
It takes half your movement, so you have 15 feet of movement left.
Okay. And then I say that I think that grappling thing's still on there.
Oh yeah, yeah. You are no longer
So
grapplified.
You
Yeah,
said
so, yeah.
half, so 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna get up onto this, and I'm going to aim at Blue and longbow his face.
Okay, so your dueling won't apply in this instance.
Yep, that's what I was about to turn
But
it off. Sorry.
your favored foe, would have shut down when you win unconscious. However, you can just do it again. That'll be the last time you can do it today, though.
Well, I don't think I want to do that.
Okay. You want to just do the 9?
In case there's something nastier coming along.
Okay. You want to just do the 9?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Lucilius, how do you want to kill this thing?
So it gets up. It makes its anime badass remark, and then as it's walking away, poop, right in the back of the head with an arrow.
Now remember, it only makes pigeon noises. So like when it said that, it was like,
oh, but I knew. I did.
Yeah, but you knew. Yeah, and as it's
What is
coming
that?
around,
Hold on.
like,
Was that languages, pigeon English? Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
we're good. I got this.
yeah, as it's coming up, like going to intercept Merrick, you take aim, you like get back up, take aim, fire. When you shoot it in the head, Lucilius, you watch as this thing's body sort of crumples, and you and Merrick have a front row seat to watching this thing as it's in the process of falling. Its body disintegrates into tufts of hair and wisps of magenta, greenish, pink, purple light. And as it sort of does, you watch as like the where you shot it in the head, it hits something, and as its body is decaying and dissolving into fur and light, what you can see is it's a pigeon or a dove inside.
Okay.
Falls over dead. Like there was a pigeon inside of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to Merrick.
If there's a way, I don't think I have anything prepared that would work. Sorry, I'm just quickly.
Real quick, just because I'm dumb. So that healing thing, is that still there?
Yeah,
Yes.
you could go back into it
Okay.
on
Yeah,
subsequent turns to get re-healed.
okay. That's why I was just trying to make sure. Sorry, go ahead.
Because I don't really have anything that help with it. Uh,
16 hits for 4.
green, please.
Green, eh? Okay.
Are you gonna be staying over there, do you think, sir? Or are you gonna come over here?
Who, me?
Lucilius. Yeah, you.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll be heading that way.
Okay, I might move it then.
No, that's fine.
What's your movement?
He's moving to 30.
Okay, I'm gonna move it to here then, so that when he moves, he'll walk into it.
He'll proc it. Yeah, gotcha.
It is when he enters, isn't it?
Yes. Or starts his turn there.
Yeah.
Anything else, Merrick?
come stand and come give Happy Snowman a cuddle. You know you want to. Yeah, I'm done.
I'm in the grieving process of losing my spirit. Me and the snowman. We're gonna cry a
He
little
helps, I promise.
bit. We're gonna cry
Go-
a little.
Goes to Cal.
All right, I'm gonna try and shove this thing. It's not a good roll.
Off the cliff. Surely.
Nope.
No.
Crap. All right, attack. 14 hits.
That's
right?
hit though. Yep.
Boom.
Oh, wow.
Max damage.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so you just stab
not
into
good
this thing
enough
as it
for
lets
you.
out this cougar cry.
Which sounds
Panther cry.
like
Dorian.
So Dorian looks up, kind of does some quick calculation in his head. As he does, you see this kind of spectral star map start to form in front of him. And he raises a hand and snaps his finger. The star map expands, and he teleports to a position on the star map corresponding with the harvest over here.
Oh,
So he
clever.
is just
Misty Step, I assume?
Misty Step.
Yeah.
And so that's his bonus action, and he will Toll the Dead green as his action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you'll get to here.
Okay, that's a fail.
Yep.
Whap!
Garbage damage.
Gabbage. Get out of here. Oh, no. How do you want to do this?
you muff cabbage.
So he kind of summons that spectral thing again, and as he swings it, the light flashes brighter than he's used to it. Some weird resonance that he didn't realize was there, and the thing just explodes in red light.
Yeah, and as it does, you hear a light thud as a squirrel hits the ground. You can see tufts of fur and wisps of fey light dissolve around this thing.
He sort of like shifts uncomfortably.
Done, Dorian?
Actually, no. I will move back this way so that I can get line of sight on Orange.
Okay. Orange, at the start of its turn, is going to hug Cal. Cal, you're going to take 11 bludgeoning. It's a big ol'
Fine.
hug. And that's going to try to claw you. Or actually, no, hold on. Ha! Yes! No, it's not going to claw you. Instead, you guys watch as Cal and this thing
Oh, shit.
go over here. They dissolve into wisps of light and shadow, and then sort of fade away, and then rematerialize over here.
I don't like that.
That was its turn. This poor thing, lets out, breaches the surface of the water one last time, and as it does, you can see this acidic water trickling down its quote-unquote head. And as it does, it dissolves away the fur and the light and reveals a horse underneath of it, which thrashes one last time and then sinks. Oh, listen to all this.
Horse was already
Like-
dead.
As we go to Lascelius.
So definitely no swimming in there, Merrick. Alright, let's-
I'm a great swimmer.
I wouldn't go in there. You see what it did to that horse.
Horse was in there a
Okay,
lot
so-
longer than she should be.
True.
Let's see. So first and foremost, I'm going to shoot an arrow at orange.
Okay. That's a hit. Still alive.
And then I'll move into the healing.
Okay, then you're gonna move into the healing spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Merrick, can you roll spirit for me? Here, I got it. Oh, there we go. 5.
Mine's better take mine.
Yeah.
I count 8. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, Merrick goes to you.
Alright. That's a bit of a bugger, isn't it? Okay. I'm gonna dash up here. Run as fast as my little legs will carry me. And I'll just leave the thing where it is, I suppose.
Okay. Cal goes to you.
All right. Gonna try and shove this thing.
Okay.
Finally. Don't grab the tree.
I did not grab the tree.
I step forward. And hopefully 23. Boom. God, another max damage. 12.
How do you want to do this?
I think I bash it back with my shield, and as I step forward, my sword up in the air, I swing it around so I'm actually grabbing it like backhanded and bring the blade down like in through its like collar, but like where its like collarbone would be, I guess. Like just straight down through its abdomen, and then like quickly pull the blade back out.
Yeah, and when you do, a almost completely severed panther falls out dead. You guys are out of combat.
That's good. I'm gonna make my way back around to the
Dying
fire.
panther. What did that sound like?
Except strangled, because I put my sword through both of its lungs.
Yeah, that.
Dorian's gonna lean against the wall there.
Actually,
Good.
you know, I'm just gonna stay in the healing.
Okay, Lucilius, you want to stay in the healing?
Mm.
Okay, Merrick, why don't you go ahead and roll me another d6? I'm gonna keep ticking down colors here. Okay, you get 3 more back, Lucilius.
All right, Cal, come get some of this healing.
Oh, hell yeah. Let me get in there.
Okay. Merrick, go ahead and roll another one. This is for Cal. 3 back to Cal.
I'll take it.
Dorian, can you get some healing?
Yeah, Dorian's definitely gonna go hug a snowman.
This slutty snowman will hug anybody.
Oh yes, it's a whole nother story for another day.
Okay. 1 back to Dorian.
Snowman apparently does not like my warm hugs.
Who's having the last one?
I've got you down for 2 more because it has
Oh.
7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dorian might want to grab another.
You want
I will-
that 4 door?
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
extra long hug.
Okay, we got 1 more hug here.
Awkwardly long hug check.
Somebody else take it.
Alright, who's having the last one? So puts Dorian on 15, doesn't it?
Yeah, that puts Dorian at 15.
Do you want the last one, Lucilius?
Yeah.
Sure.
4.
I'll take it.
Boop. Get out of here, Olaf.
Poof.
Give the little bugger a kiss on the cheek.
He melts next to the fire.
I have that effect. Oh, the fire. Never mind. Sorry. My confidence is shattered. I think that's the first time I've ever in any D&D game I've ever played worried about dying. So well done.
You're
That's
welcome.
just
I appreciate
Josh in
it.
general. We always die.
That was the yeah. I would say that was the reality check.
I'm fairly certain you almost died at the death house in the basement.
Lucilius, I think you can bring back your ghost. Let me check.
Yeah, I was
something.
about to ask. Like a summon.
Yeah, it's like. Hang on, it's in the feature. No. Nope. What is this? No. Let's see. If the phantom has died within the last hour, you can use your action to your sword. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah.
Use your action and expend a spell slot first level or higher. The phantom returns to life after 1 minute with all of its hit points restored. So yeah, if you want to spend a spell slot, you can go ahead and bring back your ghost.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so you have 1 less spell slot.
I'd also like to point out, just for the record, in my spells, I had Fog Cloud. I was grappled, wouldn't have done anything for me. Hunter's Mark, I had Favored Enemy, didn't do nothing for me. Absorb Elements, really not going to do anything for me. And Speaking with Animals would have been entertaining, but not going to help me.
That's on you.
Just
dude.
for the record, my spells are rubbish.
That's on you.
No, most definitely. I'm definitely not going to argue that.
Josh, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The horse. Is it reachable? Is it just floating in this pool reachable?
Not. I mean, you'd have to you're gonna have to go in there and grab it. Yeah.
We couldn't.
Alternatively, I guess if you were to climb up onto the mining equipment and lean down over, you might be able to get it, but you're gonna have to do some balancing.
You get what? Sorry.
He wants the horse.
All right,
I
Cow,
want
get
that
on
horse.
there. Someone grab Cow's legs, and then I'll grab your legs, and then Mare grab my legs. We'll do this.
Wait, Merrick's got that fishing spear. Why don't we tie a rope to it?
That's a good idea. Why do you want the horse?
Dinner.
Ugh.
That's good meat.
I think I'd rather eat the bark
Mouthfeel,
off one of
man.
these dying trees.
Mouthfeel.
Dorian is shaking his head. Horses are for riding, not for eating.
Let's also just assume that whatever took over that thing's body might be parasitic or virus that could be inside of it.
You'll probably burn your stomach from the acid, you goober.
The
Or you'll
acid's on
turn
the
into a
outside.
hairy
We
thing.
carve that away to the meat on the inside.
And what happens when you turn and start attacking trees?
Here, come on. Merrick, give me a hand here.
I'm not gonna make you roll for it if you want to haul in that horse.
Do you have a dead horse token?
I do not have a dead horse token, in fact.
Dang it.
Well, you're just underprepared.
How quick can we whip one up? Whoever drew the fire, draw a dead horse. Let's go.
I will rig some kind of spit situation to have it roasting over the fire. There we go.
Okay. So you have a hunk of horse meat
Yeah,
roasting over the fire. Sure.
like a haunch or something. Ooh, no,
Yeah.
never mind. I know. I just cut out the loin.
Oh, obviously. Yeah, of course.
Mm,
Delicious
you
dissolved
really
horse
taste
loin.
the acid in this one.
It's not
Dorian
dissolved.
is every kind of uncomfortable with this.
The acid's not
Later,
going to
when
get down
Calvin's
this
like,
deep
"Oy
into the
vey."
meat.
Why do I have such bad stomach acid?
That's not how acid works.
So, you've got this hunk of a horse roasting over the fire.
Quick, what does that noise sound like?
That I'm not going to try to do. You just got to use your imaginations.
Oh. Oddly enough, it
Um,
sounds like a velociraptor.
It does not sound like a velociraptor. Hmm. But yeah, as you guys are sitting there roasting it, you occasionally hear noises in the woods, and
Does this
occasionally
count as a
see
rest?
things.
Fuck off.
Get back out your snowman. We're gonna do this again.
I'll take first watch.
Yeah, are you guys gonna try to sleep?
Since I don't sleep, I'll watch. You guys are good.
We should
Oh, okay.
probably double up, have extra sets of eyes.
Oh no, me and Merrick were the only ones that saw it last time.
We're in a good
I
position.
mean, I didn't say I'd be useful.
We're in a good position. Merrick, you should get some. I mean, sorry, Dorian, you should just get some shut eye. Don't worry about them. They're keeping their distance.
Technically, I can
Dorian.
meditate and keep watch, can I? Considering I would hear anything coming with my elven hearing.
Yeah, because you have trance,
Yeah.
you can keep watch while also essentially like resting.
Sweet.
So Dorian and Merrick are going to sleep first. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Dorian will kind of.
Well, if Lasilas
Go to
can
sleep.
keep watch and rest and not need to sleep, I'm gonna eat, and whoever else is welcome to eat who doesn't just want to be hungry, and I'm gonna go to sleep too.
I could be a troll and wait for Dorian to fall asleep and then move the fire a little bit closer.
Dorian will eventually succumb to the fact that yes, it is food time, and will actually have some of the horse that is offered.
That's good.
It also occurs to you, Dorian, that you didn't finish your story. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Candle.
yeah. Oh well, there's this little window that I used to sneak out of to get out of the archive and just kind of roam around the island. Well, it was in the middle of the tax law section, which is a lot of paper, a lot of big heavy books. And one day I was trying to sneak out, and I didn't quite get there before the fire started spreading through the archive. And I know, like, Everflame is. You know how Everflame is like alive? I think there's a part of me that is deeply afraid that is true of all fire, because you can watch it surrounding you. You can see it like closing in. I was. If my sister hadn't come in and been able to calm enough of the fire down to get me out, I wouldn't be here today. So yeah, I'm not fond of fire. I mean, I can function roughly around something like that long enough to, grab some horse meat, make camp. But I really, really don't like it.
That's fair enough.
Yep.
Funny thing, I always thought that fire was gonna kill me, and then I died. Fire had nothing to do with it. That's amazing.
This is my
Why
art.
is it green?
Because it's a zombie horse.
It's poison. Hello.
It's supposed to be like a zombie horse. I didn't want to post an actual dead horse. That'd be weird.
That would be weird.
That's the only
You
reason
said I
even
found a
came to
Minecraft
today's
horse.
game. I'm gutted.
High or low? By the by.
Hi.
Okay.
Okay, so after that story, I'm not gonna troll Dorian with the fire.
So Dorian is still not fond of horse meat. It's okay. It's sustenance, but he'd rather eat other things.
Well, I didn't play. Well, obviously it's not great. We didn't plan on being here overnight, so I didn't bring any seasonings with us.
Mm. Oh, I can do that. Dorian starts doing prestidigitation to season the meat.
My initial thought was to put that pigeon on a stick, but I feel like Merrick would be like, you barbarian.
Should not talk about some of the delicious chicken dishes back home.
Merrick pulls some fish jerky out of his bag.
Thanks, let's say this, for not trolling.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, Dorian. I'm glad you were able to survive that. That sounds really, really scary as a child, as for something for a child to experience.
Yeah, it was not my favorite thing, but I'm working on it. It's part of the reason for all of this.
You said you have a sister. Is she a powerful magic user as well?
Kind of a family thing.
Huh, that's interesting. Magic runs in my family too. My brother's useless though. He was always a bit of a brute.
Huh.
I want to meet a birdish birdman.
They all do
A
like
birdish
the same type of
birdman.
A brutish birdman.
Oh,
Brutish birdman.
Brutish birdman.
I heard British birdman too, Alex.
I want to see a British birdman too.
So what about you, Lucilius? You have any siblings?
I don't know.
You don't know.
The village I came from, you're separated fairly early from your family.
oh.
Okay.
Why is that?
Training purposes. You're selected into different classes of where you'd be powerful, so if I have a brother or a sister, I wouldn't know where they ended up.
Were you
Brain
close
is
with any of the other
instantly
children you chained with?
One
not?
until I bested him in training, and later he died in my arms.
Merrick like pulls his
Wow.
like collar. Yeesh.
Oh, sorry, she. My fault. Pretend I said she. I forgot it was a she. Yeah, she. We were very close until she
Let's say gay.
got bested, and then we didn't talk as much, and then in the last battle that I remember, she died. And I pull out the rapier and just kind of look at it.
Josh, can I do
Merrick's. Oh, sorry.
can I do a history check, Josh?
Sure.
I'm curious if I have ever heard of any islands or other possibly even outer extra imperial cultures operating in such a way as far as
Go ahead.
taking the children away and such.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Actually, that's something that Dorian would be interested in as well.
Go for it.
Merrick flicks his eyes towards the ghost when he starts talking about the person he bested in battle.
Oh crap. Okay.
The ghost looks at you, looks at Lysalius.
Is she it then?
I kind of look to the ghost to see if she wants to out herself.
She shrugs.
I don't believe we ever made a name for her. Shit.
Vera.
Okay. Um. Okay. So I kind of like sit for a minute staring at the hilt of the rapier, and then there's kind of like a sigh, and then I go, I've been with you guys long enough. I guess it's okay to share a little bit of myself. This is Vera, the aforementioned warrior that I bested and then later died in my arms. And now she sticks with me
She
through magic
bows
I don't
politely
quite
to all of you.
understand.
Dorian will do his best to replicate the bow.
Wow.
Lysalius, when you say you don't understand, she points at your rapier.
I very coldly just resheathe the rapier with a nice little clink as it sheaths, and then I look back at the fire and hope that their history checks don't give away my secret.
So Cal and Dorian. You guys would know. There are cultures that do this. In fact, actually, yeah, you guys know definitely of one culture that does this. Your own.
Mm-hmm.
Ymiri, when the first two children born of an Ymiri are always taken away and given up to their god. You also know that this practice is common amongst slavers, and in the Vermilion League. Well, the two are sort of synonymous, slavers and the Vermilion League.
Here, hold on, let me just see something real quick. Hey, two. All right, so I don't know this about what you're talking about right now. So would it maybe be him explaining this to me? As like I know what you're talking about because blah 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 blah.
That's up to them. Would you guys be talking about this sort of like back and forth?
No.
Dorian probably wouldn't. It seems a little. Well, actually, he would probably be rambling about it to himself. It seems a little bit gauche to be explaining someone's own culture to them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I thought that
he's kind of like piecing it together out loud in his head.
This is your guys' culture, isn't it? That's what you said. You know about this in your own culture?
True.
So then wouldn't that be you explaining like, oh, they do the same thing in my culture?
Yeah, but it's not something that Caliban's going to talk about.
Gotcha. No, that I was just trying to make sure I was on the right page of what we were talking about.
With those checks, you would know about this practice in amongst other cultures. Would you talk about those?
Huh. I exposed my ghost to you guys, and you guys aren't giving me nothing.
Dorian's probably anything that he's saying is going to be like incomplete fragments as he's kind of like running through facts in his head. He's not actually engaging it as a conversation.
I'm going to say
like going through the memory banks.
Cal will actually ask, what island are you from?
I'm gonna feign dumb. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
You don't know what island you grew up on?
No, there was a really big plate shift that resulted in a really big
quake
explosion in the land that caused a nice little quake that covered me in rock, and I could not tell you how I got there or where I'm from.
Give me a deception check on that, Lysalius.
Everybody's like, yeah, you're full of shit, buddy.
Well, it's up to them if they want to insight that. I'll leave it to them to decide whether they want to believe you or not.
Cal's just gonna ask, who is your god?
Merrick will pipe up and say, not all cultures have gods. Or at least don't revere to one.
Right, then so you must be from outside the Empire.
Sorry, I was looking for a list of the gods.
There's
Alright,
not
B.
one. Yeah.
Gonna pick one.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna BS it. Shit. What's a god I would know of that I can just say that? Throw 'em off the scent.
You could give a name of a god, or you could say you're outside the Empire. Let's see. Of places
What all would that
was,
denote? Just because I refresh my mind. If I say I'm outside the Empire, what does that mean?
that means you're not part of the Yggdrasil Empire. It would mean that you arguably come from an island that doesn't have a god, or you're from a foreign, the closest equivalent to a foreign country that they have. It could mean a lot of things depending on where outside the Empire you're from.
Right. But
Okay,
the
so-
god part of it is specifically an an digital empire thing of what is what giant under which do you live or serve?
Gotcha.
That being said, even outside the Empire, most islands still have gods,
Yeah.
giants. Yeah,
Does my island have a god? The one that I originally came from?
yours did not.
Right, sure.
The Frostmere has its own sort of thing going on.
Religious thing.
Mm.
Shit, I'll out it. That's fine. I don't have a god. What does that do for you to have a god?
What do you mean? What does it do for me?
What does it do for you? Does it grant you anything to have a god? Do you get help from this god? Does the god bolster you when you're dying? He just kind of looks at his ghost and looks back at you.
Cal just looks over at Dorian and is kind of confused and is not entirely sure how to respond.
I apologize. So hold on. That was supposed to come out shit eating, not aggressive. That sounded very aggressive. I wasn't being aggressive.
No, I didn't mean. No, I didn't think you meant being. No, I wasn't taking it as being aggressive. I was more just
Cal doesn't understand the concept.
Cal doesn't honestly exactly sure how to respond. Period.
Dorian's gonna kind of shrug. He's just observing this conversation at this point because quite frankly, it's fascinating to him. He wouldn't have considered viewing it that way.
From my understanding, he's had a bit of a knock to the head and is missing quite a few pieces of information about the Empire in general. As one would if they were smacked in the head during an
Covered in
earthquake or
bricks.
something. Yeah, right? Where
Or at
I
least
come
that's what
from,
I'm feigning to you.
where I come from, at least originally, we don't really have a god per se. It's
What's
not
that?
included in our culture.
Who is it?
And
then
I
that-
find it interesting coming to, places where you guys are from, because I struggle with that concept myself.
So very
Who
anxious
acts as a
to
patron
throw
to your
the
arts?
Okay, yeah,
hold
that's
on,
what I was
hold
about
on,
to
hold on,
No,
hold on. 1 second, Lucilius.
agreeing with him.
Merrick, just so you know, the place you currently kind of call home in Korra Bay does have a god in Korra.
Yes, I know that.
But yeah, okay, yeah.
he
Anyway,
he
continue.
still struggles with it. He's like,
Yeah,
"Really?
yeah, yeah.
I kind of don't get it because I've lived my whole life without gods, and now this is
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't really understand very well."
Yeah, okay, yeah. Just want to let you know.
So to
yeah, yeah.
piggyback on Dorian, like that, yeah. So to get the attention off of myself, I'm with him. I'm asking Merrick. So what are your religious beliefs? Where you come from?
Who governs your people?
Basic. Well, a tribe the leaders of our tribe would govern our people. My father was essentially what's the word for the top of a tribe person?
Chieftain?
Chief. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Patriarch?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
patriarch,
He
good
was the chief of our tribe, so he made most of our decisions. But for the most part, we would make them as a team and together. People would come to him with ideas, and he would listen with ears.
Did your tribe have an equivalent to maybe like a witch doctor, or
Well, I
Shaman?
wouldn't
spiritual
call.
leader, a shaman?
I don't know if I would call her a shaman, but my mother was the person who had a deeper connection to creatures within different planes near our area. And she did heal me, or heal all of us whenever we had issues. If I ripped a foot on a rock, she would fix it. Which is where I learned my skills from my mother.
I asked this completely non-obnoxiously. Did she have a snowman as well?
We all have them. Those with the gift of
Dorian's eyes kind of get big, and he goes to write it down and realizes he doesn't have any paper. He gets really sad for a moment.
So Dorian, whatever became of your sister?
Oh, she's still on the island. She's fine. She's apprenticed out, as is the custom on Nescalos. So she's fine. Dad still runs the archives.
Are you the only adventurer in your family?
Oh, my father sure is. None of would. Sorry, Jolly. Brief aside. Would any of my family have left the island?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure most of the members of your family have left the island at some point, not to go on an adventure, but for scholastic purposes,
research purposes,
yeah.
Pilgrimages, maybe?
Vacation.
Probably not
Yeah.
vacation, probably not, but maybe a pilgrimage, maybe. That seems. It's hard to say you go on a pilgrimage when your living god is like next door. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
top of the mountain.
yeah.
So
you wouldn't, for like
Dorian-
scholarly reasons, go on pilgrimages to other gods? Just out of curiosity.
In those instances, those would not be pilgrimages.
Gotcha. Okay.
That wouldn't be the term you use.
that would be a research expedition. That's what
Mhm.
I'm on.
Or a symposium.
That's symposium's more my dad's thing. Symposiums are inside. Expeditions are outside. There's a difference. But no, none of my family has gone adventuring.
As you guys have been talking, more of those little motes of color have started to sort of coalesce, kind of, sort of, around Merrick. Not like a humongous number of them, but a noticeably larger number.
Merrick, is that a thing that normally happens?
You're kind of glowing.
Yeah, what are you doing over there?
Eric sort of looks around at them.
The spirit
It
gets a little
happened.
closer to have a look.
It happens on occasion.
Yeah, your spirit
Wait.
walks up, like, waves her hand through one, and neither her nor the wisp of light are disturbed.
The Queens are connected. to these lights.
These are the what?
Gween, it's the sub race that I am.
Oh, you're a Gween.
Yeah, I'm a Gween.
Oh.
Me and the spirit just shrug at each other. We have no idea what's going on.
Gween is the type of Aarakocra that Merrick is.
One checked.
Mm-hmm.
Dorian makes a mental note.
But no, sometimes when we go to places of magical power, sometimes the lights are drawn to us. I do not fear them.
Good to know.
At least not right now.
Dorian kind of takes that as enough information to kind of settle in.
What's the history
be more
check
comfortable?
What's the history check for Lasalius?
To see if we had ever encountered anything like that.
The wisps of light? Probably not. The closest were the orbs back on Tiny Garden, but that's it. But those were not these.
I meant like what Merrick was saying.
About what?
What he is.
Oh, Gween.
The Gweens.
Oh yeah, you've probably seen other penguin Aarakocra kicking around. Lasalius just like here and there. Yeah, so you know what a Gween is. That's what Merrick is.
I was just making sure we're quite literally under a rock, so.
True. Yeah.
What about you, Caliban?
I don't have any siblings.
Were you the third born then?
Yes.
I see. Lucky number 3.
Exactly. Nope, my parents don't really have time. Never had time for more than just me. The Navy keeps them busy.
Having the I guess military interest I do, I'm offhandedly mentioned your training seems to come in pretty well. Where did you learn what you've learned?
I've from a lot of people. Most notably my resident weapon master back on my home island, the Grove.
So
Wait a
just
minute.
real quick,
Yeah.
even though I try to hide it, as soon as you mention the word weapons master, I kind of wince a little bit.
Why do you wince? Why are you wincing?
As weapon master tradition is one that we upheld as well. Where I'm from, I was also a weapons master. That's all I remember. That's all I remember.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because our weapons master is actually is a little controversial, but our weapons master is actually a drow. Good old Ashwater.
Dorian actually looks a bit surprised at that. Really?
He was. Yep, he was the only survivor in an incursion from the depths that my parents fought against, and he fought so well that when he was finally subdued, my mother decided instead of killing him, she blinded him and brought him back to the island to teach her shock troops.
Lasalus very casually kind of looks at his fingernails and offhandedly just mentions, "Wow, who'd have thought we would have stole something from the culture of a drow?" And he kind of looks back over. Did they have weapons masters in your culture, Dorian?
I mean, I'm not really as into the military side of what goes on my island. I mean, there is a military on Mescalos, but that's not really ever been my point of interest.
Pretty much every god will have a weapons master of some kind or another. Do not need to be drow to be a weapon master.
Maybe your weapons master dealt in magic instead of military prowess.
No, Ashwater knows no magic.
Oh, I was talking to Dorian, sorry.
Oh,
What I know about military stuff, I know from like epics and poems and things like that, and they take a few liberties. Like I know more about equipment and like individual adventurers than I do really about military formations. I've read some of the works by the great generals, but so tedious and full of themselves and boring. I prefer the magic.
All of Frostmere is divided into 3 parts.
Al, I told you I did not want to read that. Why? Al, it basically is an audiobook forcing me to read Caesar.
Yeah. I knew you'd get the reference.
But
Of course I got the reference.
you should see Ashwater. Any weapon, he's nigh on unbeatable. It took me 10 years to get a touch on him. Sparring.
That's a lot of practice.
Yeah, I've heard that the drow weapon masters are pretty unforgiving.
My brother wasn't bad, but he wasn't much use with anything but a trident or a fishing net, to be fair. Anything in the sea he could best with ease, but anything outside of it was a bit of a problem.
I'd imagine he's probably still pretty fierce with a trident.
Definitely more so than I am. But he could never do magic.
Your talents lie in different places. Practice is practice, talent is talent.
Oh,
Not necessarily the same. Not everybody's going to have the same set of skills.
Even as hatching from the egg, you could tell which mother could tell which way our paths lied.
thinking. Speaking of tridents and weapon masters, if we ever make it to, one of the Hammer's fortresses, we will hopefully run into an old friend of mine. She's a Triton. She's untouchable with a trident.
Ooh.
She's also an incredible dancer.
Dorian shrinks a little bit.
She's also a weapon master. Hell of a drill sergeant.
There you go. It's more accurate. Man, I would never want to fight a drow. They sound nasty. I'm trying. Sorry, I'm trying to actually I'm trying to piece together what would make sense for me to remember and what it wouldn't. Because I actually don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember what all parts of after coming out of the ground. So I'm trying to, that's something I should have had wrapped up with
No,
Ellie
it's
on my
okay.
own.
We could talk about it after the session and stuff like that. There will be more of these.
Yeah.
But as the fire starts to burn a little low, you throw a few more logs onto it, a few more branches. The things out there haven't gotten any closer. But every once in a while you look out there, and they are still watching.
Hmm.
So, Lucilius keeping first watch, is that my understanding?
Mm-hmm.
The first and only watch, perhaps?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Before we conclude this is the about me section of this. So I guess what I would also do is point out to you guys, or just offhandedly mention it, to you guys, but not quite to you guys, about oh, well, I mean, I'm glad that this ghost is here. She pieces parts of my memory together that I don't have anymore, and then just kind of casually poke at the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Is the ghost specifically a magical phenomenon that Dorian would recognize?
You'd recognize it as a ghost. That's
Just-
about it.
The
Okay.
phenomenon with the rapier, is that something that would be common, that someone who studies magic would know about?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
That is deep drow lore. That is not a thing they like sharing.
Okay.
Dorian will kind of settle into an easy sleep.
Okay, so Dorian's going to sleep.
I would imagine the direction of the eyes is off towards to the left, right? On the other
Yeah,
side of the
it's
water.
always behind a tree or a rock or something.
Including behind us, over on the right as well.
Yeah.
Oh shite. Okay.
Apparently, Merrick and I
Something
are
dances
dancing.
with me.
Caliban loves to dance.
It's teaching
Merrick's got two left
America
feet.
traditional Miri dance.
Merrick
One-
tries really hard, but he just trips over his own toes.
Wonderful is great with a trident, but she's an even better dance partner. I do.
Cal
hope
going
we-
to sleep?
I think
Oh, no.
Cal. I think Cal is gonna kind of lounge and lean against these kind of almost half lay down, half lounge against these rocks right here by the fire, and I don't know. He's probably he's gonna stay up for as long as he can, kind of to do kind of a first watch with Lucilius until he dozes off.
Okay.
I see what's
And
left
Merrick?
of the horse is still smoldering in the fire.
Oh yeah, Merrick's going to sleep.
I hope that when we get to the second ghoul, it happens to overlap with a ball. It would be so nice to dance again soon. And I think on that, Cal starts to nod off.
Mm-hmm. Lucilius. So you start taking first watch. Roll me a perception check. Okay.
I'm still in shock that my BS held up as far as it did.
I see you got your ghost up there on the ridge keeping watch.
I do. Perception for her as well.
Sure. Wham.
She's also very taken back by my BS work.
Mm-hmm. And then suddenly, Lucilius, you hear, that was quite a story you told.
Wait, I know the voice.
You've heard this voice today, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm obviously gonna look around and go. Let me see. I would imagine. Okay, so if it's familiar, then I'm just. Yeah, I'm calm. Just what of it?
When you look around, you can see your ghost up there on the ridge, and now you also see this woman sitting up there, her feet dangling off the cliff. Oh, no,
Does,
right here.
does the ghost see her as well?
Yeah, like the ghost. Hang on, I just fucked up. Hold on. Yeah, the ghost, like, as soon as she talks, the ghost like looks over next to her, sees her there, and
Jumps
sort of
back.
like jumps back. Yeah.
I put my hand up though before she, like, as she grabs the sword, I put my hand up so she doesn't.
Hello,
Mm,
little drow.
I'd imagine if she wanted to hurt me, it already happened. So I'm gonna walk around this edge to get closer, so that our talking is not so loud.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you, and what do you know?
You would know this is Scarpia. This is a woman that your character would have met earlier in the day.
Well,
But as you
sorry.
as you approach her, Scarpia is a Earth Genasi, which means that she is part elemental. She has like this elemental connection to her. Earth Genasi typically have sort of brownish colored skin and these geometric golden energy lines that sort of run along their body. Scarpias, however, you can see are these jagged, cracked things that make her skin look like they have fissures in it.
Mm.
She is very obviously blind from the cataracts in her eyes, and she wears clothing made of like heavy furs and leathers. And as you walk around to her, she looks up at you. I know that we are kinsmen of a kind.
I take a seat next to her. Do you care to elaborate?
We are creatures that are ill-suited to the world around us.
I seem to be making it pretty okay so far.
That you are. That you are. It's rare to see one of your kind up here.
I give her kind of almost a glare. Like, look, we both get. You obviously know more than you should, so don't speak of it. What of it?
What of what?
So you have this knowledge. What do you plan on doing with it?
Nothing. Why would I?
I don't know. Someone only mentions us knowing a secret if they have some sort of idea that the secret will give them power towards. Almost like a tease.
My. What an interesting philosophy. You poor thing. And she pats you on the hand. I'm sorry you live with such paranoia.
This is gonna sound really weird, but so the patting of the hand, is there, due to like the cracks and fissure stuff, is there something, like, does it just feel like a hand, or?
Yeah, it feels normal.
Okay, gotcha. Wait, you said I already met her this morning. What do I know about her? Sorry.
So this would have been last session.
Okay,
you guys met her in a little village, abandoned village, and she was just sort of kicking around. Looks like she lived there. She's been on this island for over a decade, and she appreciates the sort of peace and quiet and solitude it affords her. She didn't get. She was very polite and very cordial to all of you. Although she seemed kind of annoyed with Caliban after he started mentioning wanting to find this blue metal, the ceruleum, to make buttons.
Does seem a little. Well, I can get that.
Mhm.
Um.
And she was talking about times before gods and just about a lot of weird cryptic things.
Okay.
And she kept mentioning something called I'll put it here in the chat. Just UR. And how it referred to not a person, but a time before gods, before a lot of things.
Okay, so yeah, you nailed it on the head. I'm a stranger and I'm paranoid. So about these creatures that we're fighting, do you know anything about them? Why normal, commonplace animals have taken these forms and lurk in the trees at dark?
Oh, the hide behinds? Yes. Poor things.
Kind of stops a little, taken aback. Hide behinds. That's not a very inventive name for them, but all right. What caused them to change?
The Fae.
The lights?
No, not the lights. In a sense, you could say they changed themselves.
Are there people who have done this as well, or only animals?
Oh, I suppose people could do it. No, no, I don't think so, actually. People lack the clarity of mind and singularity of purpose. The animals on this island were sick and scared and dying. And she looks down at the machines.
Due to the mining and what they were pulling up.
That's
Does it have to
correct.
do with the shiny stone?
They desired the stone, coveted it. It gives them power. Fools, they don't even know what they have. And she looks into the pool, and you can see she's staring at the pool, and she gets a sad expression on her face as she does. How different everything is.
How long have you been around?
I don't remember. I cast off remembering things like that a long time ago.
I guess you and me also have that in common.
That we do.
So the stone is trouble then, is what you're telling me.
It's trouble because people coveted. Does that make the stone the problem? Or the people?
What have you seen of the power that the stone can give people?
A bit of power. Not like mine. And she reaches into her shirt and produces a amulet that she wears around her neck, made of a darkish red, brownish, jagged stone. It's in the rough shape of a fang or a tooth.
How long have you had this trinket? I very purposely did it that way, so I'm hoping she would explain more.
This? Oh, quite a long time.
As long as you've been?
No, there was a time before. And she reaches up and she sort of touches the energy lines on her face.
So what were you before the pendant gave you this power?
I was me. I
Are you
still
still
am
you?
me. I
Mm.
still am me, yes.
Why wait till now to reveal yourself instead of when my companions are here to ask questions as well? I'm pretty
Because I
sure they have
want.
a lot of questions.
Oh, I'm sure they do. But I want to be able to speak honestly and frankly with you. You see, I had no malice or ill intentions when I called you out. I wanted to tell you that. I wanted to show that I knew what you were, so that you understood that you were safe with me, and to build kinship. For we are quite alike. Your
Apparently also
people.
to serve as a warning
A warning?
against the stone, against what it's doing.
Oh, no. If you want it, take it. I don't care. The stone doesn't do anything. People do things. And when people do things, the creatures they hurt do things. Particularly when druids come along. She starts playing with her amulet. Druids who hear their pain and suffering. Druids who remember the time before the machines and the people and the meteor. Remember when this was just forest, just the animals. And when that druid reaches out and she extends her hand and clenches it into a fist and plucks at the skin of the world and pulls two realms in alignment. She looks over at you. And then all the animals can suddenly escape. They don't have to suffer anymore. They retreat into the Fae. But the Fae is such a strange thing. Feeds on emotion, amplifies it, shaped by it. We think people have emotions, but animals do too. And what do you think creatures poisoned and driven from their homes would feel?
Bitterness, malice.
And so they change. And they wait just out of sight. But when the sun sets and the Fae crosses over, so can they. To punish those who are greedy, those who seek buttons and other trinkets. Just a thought. She'll stand up, stretch. I think it's time I left. An old friend of mine needs to have is in town. We should have a chat. She looks over at you. Take care, little drow. Perhaps we will meet again one day. And don't worry. I too remember. And she starts to sink into the earth.
Well, there's no point rousing everybody just yet, so I'm going to go back to my post to have a nice little think on it and let them rest.
Mm-hmm. The night passes uneventfully. And we're going to end it there for tonight.
Did we get a long rest?
Yes, you do.
All right, cool. I'll update my sheet. Also, it just occurred to me as we were doing the RP stuff after the fight that I totally forgot during the fight that I can smite.
Whoops.
I was wondering why
again-
you weren't doing that.
Because I
Once
forgot.
again, information that would have been useful to me yesterday.
Because I forgot. That's why.